Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Smith, Blacksmith89, and welcome to Blu-ray University. And this will be my official movie channel where I show you guys my entire Blu-ray collection, as I go and pick up new movies every other month, every other year. You know how it goes. Black Friday, you know the vibes. So this will be my official movie channel showing you guys all the Blu-ray movies that I have, and I will be only focusing on Blu-rays. I vow to myself that I will branch away from DVDs. So no more DVD buying for me. I used to buy a lot of DVD movies in the past, but now I am branching away from DVDs and just focusing on Blu-ray. I've been a movie collector for many years now. It started off as a hobby, and I just started collecting and never stopped collecting. I used to collect Blu-rays and DVDs, but like I said before, from here on out, I'm only collecting Blu-rays now. And of course, DVDs are gonna be in these Blu-ray combo packs, so what you're gonna do. So in a way, it kind of still feels like I'm collecting DVDs, but not in just a standard DVD. I should be more specific. No more standard DVDs. If they don't come in the Blu-ray combo pack, I'm not buying it, or I'm not getting it. So, and I understand there are a lot of movies that never made it to Blu-ray, which is kind of sad. But what you gonna do? But like I said, I'm only focusing on Blu-rays. And what better way to start off my very first episode 1, with showing you guys my entire Blu-ray collection. Well, horror movies anyway. Just my horror movie Blu-rays. I am a huge horror fan. Horror movies has always been part of my childhood. My very first childhood movie I have ever watched, I was like 9 years old when I seen this movie for the first time. And that was the original Exorcist. That's right. The original Exorcist was the first horror movie I ever got introduced to as a young child. So, yeah, I have a special place in my heart for horror movies. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this very first episode of Blu-ray University. So, up first, this is A Haunted House. I love me some Marlon Wayans. I'm so hyped that he made 2 movies. Hey, Marlon Wayans, if you ever watch this video, and if you ever come across this video, can we get A Haunted House 3, please? A Haunted House, horror comedy, classic. I highly recommend getting this movie if you don't already have it. Up next is a movie that I was like, what the hell? Like, the ending of this movie really sent me on a trippy ride. I really thought I wasn't gonna like this movie at all, but I was sadly mistaken. And this is The Violent Kind. Oh my god, this is part of the horror pack. I was just blown away on how this movie was, how it started, and how it ended. I was just blown away by everything in this movie. If you haven't seen The Violent Kind, then honestly, I don't know what you're doing. You need to check this one out when you get a chance. Up next, this movie. Wow. Put me on a doozy. I was like, whoa. Could you imagine just living in a world like that where you have to be quiet all the time? No matter what you do, the slightest noise is going to get you killed. And I'm talking about A Quiet Place. This movie right here, boy. I understand there's a 4K version of this movie out. I might get it in 4K, but I have to get the second one. I know the second one is just as good, but this one right here, I will always enjoy this. I figure since, October is almost here, I would say 2 months away, I'm going to add this to my 31 days of Halloween movies to watch. So yeah, A Quiet Place. I'd give this movie an A+. Up next is a movie that, I enjoyed but didn't really care for, I mean, it's good because it's a zombie movie, but just didn't really, it's not really my cup of tea at all. And I'm talking about 28 Days Later. Due to what's going on, everybody was expecting this to happen, but instead, all we got was just stay home and social distance. But honestly, we're not even prepared to deal with the situation we have now. So my question is, how the fuck y'all think y'all will be ready for something like this? Just saying. But this is 28 Days Later. It's enjoyable. Like, it'll keep you on the edge of your seat for a while, though. I'll tell you that much. Up next is a movie I really underestimated. I underestimated this movie, and honestly, I'm sorry. I really thought it was going to be trash, but no, it wasn't. And this is Us, directed by Jordan Peele, I believe. Yeah, I'm just blown away by this. This movie really, really proves me wrong. If you haven't seen Us, or if you don't have it in your collection, I highly recommend that you go get this movie, because this movie, it's really good. Alright, so I'm gonna just blow through a lot of these movies, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be talking about certain ones that I like, certain ones I don't like. So up next, this is Behind the Walls. I still haven't seen this. This is part of the horror pack. This is movie number 31. I haven't seen this movie yet. I don't know what to expect when watching this. So if you guys ever seen this movie, just let me know how it is. Up next is Pet Sematary remake, Stephen King adaptation classic. This is an instant classic for me. Any Stephen King movie is an instant classic. It's like if Goosebumps decided to go either PG-13 or rated R, you get Stephen King. And honestly, this movie, I'm not going to spoil it. All I got to say is watch it and you'll be like, wow. This movie is amazing, and I hope we get a second part. Up next is a classic, instant classic for me, and I love this movie to death, and I love the first one. And this is Zombieland Double Tap. You can never go wrong with this. This is your typical zombie comedy, horror comedy, like a haunted house. This is just a great movie, and I highly recommend anybody watching this. If you don't have it in your collection, put it in your collection, because it is really good. Up next is another favorite. I just got a lot of favorites in here, so I'm going to just blow through them. But this is Winchester. I hope we get a second part, because the way it ended, it looks like, to me, we should be getting Winchester 2. But I don't know. But if we don't, I'm glad I have this movie in my collection. Another Stephen King classic. This is Christine on Steelbook. What can I say? Euro shitters. If you know that line, then you know you got this. I love this movie. Like I said, every Stephen King classic is an instant classic to me. Up next is The Atoning. I only saw this one time, and I need to watch it again. But honestly, this movie it's okay. I enjoyed it for what it was. Now, one of my all-time favorite horror movies coming up right now. Boy, oh boy. And it's Ready or Not. I love this movie. Ready or Not is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's your typical, your family made a deal with the devil, and now you gotta offer him up a sacrifice type of ordeal. But to play a game, but you gotta play a game, and you must win. This is a good time. This is really a fun, relaxing time. I just have to say, if you haven't seen this, you should really think about getting this. Alright, now all the rambling is done, so let's get into it. So this is Tremors 6 movie collection. Another movie franchise part of my childhood. Child's Play 2019. instant classic. I hope we get more. Friday the 13th 8 movie collection. I understand that we are getting a Shout Factory edition, but it's going to have all of the Friday the 13th movies, including Jason X. And I don't know if I'm going to be getting it, but it's like I could always buy the other ones individually and have it like that, but I don't know. The box set is calling my name. And I'm like, but I don't want to double dip, because that's basically what it feels like I'm doing since I have this set right here. But this is all 8 original Friday the 13th classics. Still can't believe that Jason is a spinoff of Halloween. Crazy. Up next is The First Purge, A Nation Reborn. Unfriended. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to do a lot of rambling, but I just want to say, can we please get a second movie, but continuing this story? I mean, I know we got Unfriended Dark Web, and that movie is phenomenal, but can we please get a follow-up on Unfriended, the original? Up next, you know, this is when when they tried to put Facebook in the movies, the internet, and all that stuff. And this is friend request. You know, I only seen this movie one time. It's okay. Up next, Oculus. And this movie up next is one of my, I would say, I would watch this every Halloween faithfully from here on out. And that is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I have to get the 4K version just so that way I can see the visuals and the colors and everything like that. But this movie is really great. It's phenomenal. I love it. I can't wait to get a sequel, because the way it ended, it shows that we was getting a sequel. So I got high hopes. Up next is Countdown. Haven't seen it yet. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the original steelbook. What can I say? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I will be getting all of the other movies soon. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the original. The Purge 3 movie collection. The Purge, Anarchy, and Election Year. Truth or Dare unrated director's cut. Not so many people like this movie, but me personally, I think it's good for what it is, and I can't wait for the sequel. Some Kind of Hate, part of the horror pack. I haven't seen this yet. Move these over here. The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. All I have to say is I'm in love with the Conjuring universe. I love the entire franchise. This is Dracula, a steelbook with the protective sleeve. I believe this is the Monster Universe Classic. So yeah, I just need to collect the rest, but I'm glad I got this. Up next is Annabelle Comes Home. I really enjoyed the Annabelle films. Like, this one really packs a punch. I love this type of stuff. So the fact that we're getting Annabelle 4, I can't wait to see what it is. But will I go see it in the theaters? No. I'm gonna wait until it comes out on Blu-ray to buy it. Up next is The Nun. A lot of people didn't really like this film. A lot of people hated it, but me personally, this is the film that gets you started into the Conjuring universe. Like, you gotta watch these movies in chronological order in order to fully understand it. I mean, I've tried, but you know what? I just say the hell with it, and I just watch them the way I want to watch them. But if you really want to watch it in chronological order, I would say this is the first movie that you would start with. Alright, up next is Ma. I have to say, this movie is trash. It really is. I mean, trash. Dumpster sauce. No matter what you say, I can't see myself enjoying this movie. I don't know, maybe I'm closed-minded and need to watch it again in order to appreciate it, but trash. Up next, this is President's Day. This is part of the horror pack. This is movie number 32. I would have to say, honestly, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. Just saying. It's like, how can I put this? If a bunch of high school kids got together and said, hey, let's make a horror movie. This would be it right here. This is President's Day. I really like it. This is Let Me In. This is the remake to Let the Right One In. This is a love story that I like. I see this as a love story. Let the Right One In. I haven't seen it yet, but I will be adding it to my collection soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is Let Me In, the remake. A lot of people didn't like it, but I do. You know, everybody's not gonna like what you like. Up next, this is Insidious, The Last Key. This takes you back to her path to, I forgot her name, but the lady who helped them throughout the first one. They take her back to her past, but honestly, this one was trash. Up next is Annabelle and Annabelle Creation. Like I said, I love the Conjuring universe, and I have all 5 Conjuring films. Up next, The Gallows Act 2. If you haven't seen The Gallows Act 2, boy, the ending will take you on a ride. It really would. But I'm just saying, I love the first one, and you already know I gotta have the second one. Up next is Hellfest. This screams Halloween. Like, this is another one that screams like, you know, you gotta watch it on Halloween. Like, you can't watch this movie. I mean, you can watch it any other time, but this really screams, just watch it on Halloween. You'll never go wrong. And I will also get this in 4K just so that way I can watch the visual of the movie. You know, like all the pop, the colors and everything like that. So yeah, this is Hellfest. Up next, this is The Meg. Can't go wrong. This is The Meg, man. What are you gonna do? I will upgrade this to 4K. There's a lot of movies in here that I want to upgrade to 4K, but, you know, this is The Meg. Can't go wrong. Another movie by Jordan Peele I underestimated, and this is Get Out. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed this. Hope we get a sequel. One of my all-time favorite movies of all time. This is The Visit. This is another movie that I hope we get a sequel to, but I strongly doubt that, though. But I'm glad that The Visit is in my collection. Alrighty, I'm down to my last pile of movies, so let's pile through this. Edward Scissorhands, the 25th anniversary. I don't know if this is like a horror spinoff, but you know, with its gothic and tiny, I just decided to add it in here. So, up next, this is Dylan Dog Dead of Night. And then my all-time favorite franchise in the world. And I'm so glad that we are getting a 7th installment, finally. And this is all 6 Paranormal Activity movies on Blu-ray. The entire collection. I can't wait for the 7th movie that we are getting next year. And I can't wait to see what the trailer looks like. Then I have Misery, another Stephen King classic. Then I have the Scream Queen double feature. This is the John Carpenter's The Fog and The Howling. Then I have Resident Evil Apocalypse on Steelbook. This is the only Steelbook that I own, and I have to collect the rest. Up next, my hero, my idol. I love this franchise, and that is the Halloween 35th Anniversary Scream Factory collection of the Halloween movies. That's right. All of the movies are included in the set. I'm pretty sure this is out of print by now, but if you can find some way to get it, I advise that you do. Up next is The Omen, the complete deluxe edition. The complete collection deluxe edition of all Omen movies. Another Scream Factory edition. Okay. So slide these over here. Then is Orphan. I really hope we get another Orphan movie. I mean, why not? We can't go wrong with that, but I hope we get another one. Then, this is the Curse of La Llorona. This is part of the Conjuring universe. For those who don't know, this is It Chapter 1 remake. Like I said, Stephen King classic. And here's another Stephen King classic. This is Maximum Overdrive, featuring music by AC/DC. You can never go wrong with that. Up next, this is Black Christmas. I'm gonna have a new ritual where I watch a lot of holiday horror movies on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You know, just because it's fun. Let's see what else. This is Halloween. This is the 2018 sequel to the 1978 very first Halloween movie, and I have to say this movie is A+. Alright, moving on. This is The Witch Steelbook. I still haven't seen this movie yet. I don't know. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it when I first popped it on, and I was just like, maybe I gotta watch it fully in order to understand it. Up next is my all-time favorite zombie movie, and this is 28 Weeks Later. Yeah, you know, the first one was alright, but you know, the second one, boy, this one right here will put you on your ass. If you don't have this in your collection, you need to get in your collection and watch it. I highly recommend this movie. Up next is another all-time favorite movie of mine, and that is The Lazarus Effect. I hope we get a second one. It's 2020, and I still haven't heard anything about us getting The Lazarus Effect Part 2. The ending clearly sets you up for the second one. Like, spoiler alert, she brought him back to life after she killed him. So hopefully it's gonna be a couple thing. I don't know how the second one will play out, but honestly, I hope we get a second one, The Lazarus Effect. Very good movie. And the very last movie of my horror collection on Blu-ray, and that is Pet Sematary, the original Pet Sematary. Boy, all I have to say is, Stephen King, I love you. Thank you for making these movies, and thank you for allowing people to remake them in their own way and vision. But this is the original Pet Sematary. Yeah. So now you see it. I have the original and I have the remake. So yeah, Pet Sematary, the original. You can't go wrong with this. You really can't go wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up episode 1 of Blu-ray University. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you guys in episode 2 and many other episodes of this. You know, like I said, stay tuned. I will be doing unboxings. I will be doing out and about. I will be doing a lot of those things. So until next time, I hope I gathered your attention, and I hope you sat through this at the very end, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in Blu-ray University. Thank you. I am your host, Smith, Blacksmith89, and this has been Blu-ray University episode 1. Thank you, and you have a blessed one.